Hey guys, in this video I want to talk about the long gold against the Hong Kong dollar position again. So I actually re-entered uh, the trade, and you can see as indicated by that green arrow, I entered on the 2nd of July, around then, at a price of 10,870, and I put on about 0.45% of my portfolio as risk for this trade. Now, in terms of why I wanted to do this trade, well, it's for me, I still do feel like there's going to be a market downturn, uh, and also the trade war and the political strife in Hong Kong seem to point to this being a pretty good hedging type of a trade, especially if you put on a longer time frame. Now, having said that, my stop loss for this is actually at 10,246, so right there. So although I say it's a year's time frame, it's uh, probably something I'll be trading in and out of. Hence the fairly tight stop loss for a 1 year time frame trade. Now once again, I'm trying to build up my book. There's really not a lot of trades or risk on, so this is one of the trades that can act as a adding risk to the portfolio, but also a trade that will perform well during risk-off situations. Now, the reason technically why I entered this particular trade was that it had actually gapped down at that time. So what I was looking at was something like that. So you can see that it had gapped down. I think this gap downwards was overdone and that it would rebound. That has been the case, luckily. I did not consider intermarket analysis, and in terms of sentiment, I felt like there's a fair bit of a risk off sentiment going on due to the trade war. In terms of the probabilities of how this trade is likely to play out, or at least what I thought at the time, just remember I entered this trade on the 2nd of July. I believe there was a 5% chance that it would go to 20,000. Now that's if something really big happens, because as you can see, that's a record high. That's all the way up there. Um, so probably if you're looking at the chart, you're thinking that's impossible. I'm not saying it's likely, but if there is a certain big situation happening, I could see gold going up 100%. So I'm putting that probability of that happening to about 5%, so 1 in 20 over a 1 year time frame. Not very likely. Now, I do believe there's probably a 15% chance though that it could get up to 14,000, so that's still quite high up there. Still quite a big move, but certainly if the trade war does escalate, and we see more economic weakness and potentially some sort of shock to the global economy due to what I would assume is the massive amounts of leverage now in the economy due to record low or negative interest rates across the globe, uh, probably something like a 25% chance that it'll go up to here at least, and that's really just following the trend of gold. You can see it's been on a bit of a run. It's broken past its uh, sideways 5 year sideways trading range since 2013. It's popped up. It has come back down, but it it's too early to say that it's going to come all the way back down. So keep an eye on it, and we'll see how that goes. I do believe on the downside there probably is a 35% chance that it'll pop back down here, because that just has been its natural trading range to be staying within this area for the past couple of years. And 20% chance that it'll pop all the way back down here, and just the breakout would have failed by that stage. Now in terms of what I'll do, if the price bounces back up within 3 days, I'll hold the position. Now it did bounce back up. Unfortunately, it has come back down again now. Uh, Now I said if it goes sideways or if it falls, which it hasn't yet because it's still higher than my entry price, but I have said that if that happens, I will get out of the trade. And overall, my psychology was a little bit apprehensive, and that was likely due to the fact that I had actually just sold out of um, part of my previous position in gold. So potentially there's a bit of uh, anchoring or a bit of uh, memory of that particular action that may be affecting this current action, which probably shouldn't happen as a great trader, but I can't say I'm a great trader, just aspiring to be one at the moment. So thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed that.